Hey y'all, it's Rob from the shootingreview.com. Our model here is a 9mm single stack. It was actually developed for the FBI as a backup gun, carry gun off duty. Of course their model is 357 Sig, ours is a 9mm. It's kind of my preference. Of course it comes with everything that Sigs usually carry. You got your standard decocker, the 3-dot night sights, just overall good feeling gun. Today, I had an older West German model of the Sig Sauer. Sold it a while back. I was lucky enough to pick this one up at a local gun shop of ours here, Bullseye in Lawrenceville. Found a pretty sweet deal on it. Couldn't pass it up. Had to grab another one. Overall, it's one of my top 10 favorite guns. I'd probably even place it in my top 5. It's very soft shooting, very, very comfortable to hold, easy to conceal, carries well, disappears in anything you're wearing. Just overall one of my favorite guns that Sig Sauer's ever come out with. Now, like I said, they did have a West German model that was produced in the late 80s, early 90s, then discontinued. Sig did bring the gun back again for another reproduction. As far as I know right now, it's still on their website, so it's still available. It's just been a little bit of a harder gun for me to find. But, pretty happy I did find it. Love this gun. This one's staying. Hey y'all, Rob with the Shoot Review. Today we're going to be reviewing the Sig Sauer P239 in 9mm. It's been discontinued by Sig, re-released. I had one of the early West German models, really good gun. Picked this one up a few days ago. See if it's just as accurate as my old model was. Alright, we got a target out to 10 yards. Let's see what this one will do. Again, 8-shot single stack, nice little gun. As far as accuracy goes, I'm shooting a little bit to the left and down with it. A little bit more trigger time behind it. It's been a couple years since I've owned one. We'll see what it does. Go back out to 10 yards again. See if we can't kind of counteract that a little bit. Alright, our second mag, I shot it high, and I kind of got a little bit better feel of the gun again. We're hitting pretty close to center with it, 10 yards, all kill shots either way inside this whole zone here. Overall, very comfortable gun to shoot, very low recoil, great feeling gun. Absolutely love this Sig P239. Wish I never got rid of my original one, and I'm glad I was able to pick up another one. Hey y'all, it's Rob.
And this is Sean. We're with the shootingreview.com.
Today we went out and fired the Sig Sauer P239 9mm. And today we're going to tell you the thoughts of what we thought about actually shooting the gun, spending some time with it, and what we really thought about it, what we liked, didn't like, and kind of basic breakdown of the gun.
So general impressions on the thing.
So today, you know, like I said, I've owned a 239 for a while. I sold my old West German. I was lucky enough to find a reproduction. This one here is made in Exeter, New Hampshire. Um, I really love this gun. I really wish I never sold my West German, but you know, it happens. We'll find another gun that we want to trade for. I did that, and I've regretted it ever since. It's a sweet shooting gun. It's really soft on the recoil. It stays on target. I mean, it's just easy to shoot. What were your thoughts on it?
Well, I did at first notice that this thing's got a lot of recoil for a little pistol like this, but the trigger on this thing, stock trigger, it's extremely smooth. Like, Sig generally does a good job on their triggers and really short resets, but I've never fired one of these 239s before, and I was very impressed with just how smooth it was and how accurate your follow-up shots were. Like I said, get that first round out of the way kind of surprised me with how much recoil it did have. But after that, everything was smooth sailing with it. It's very, very comfortable. It's a single stack 9mm, so it's a really small frame, but I am able to get, whenever you have the mag in there, I am able to get my entire hand around it, and it's very thin. It's very, very thin. I would compare it almost to, what, a Glock 23?
I'd say a little bit thinner than the Glock 23. For those of you that are familiar with the Sig Sauers, the frame itself is based off of the old P6 or the original 225 or 228 models. So essentially, you know, it's about 3/4 the size of, say, the 226, or even 3/4 the size of a Glock 23, like you said. So it isn't as fat, but it still has some robustness to it. But again, still a very comfortable gun, able to completely put your hand around it, especially with the mag inserted. You know, the pinky has a nice place to fall, giving you full control of the pistol itself.
It's also pretty concealable as well.
Yeah, it's really concealable gun. You know, in the proper holster, it disappears no matter what you're wearing. You know, the gun was initially designed for the FBI as their backup gun or off-duty carry gun. Of course, their model came in 357 Sig. And again, this is a recreation of the original 239 that was initially released in the late 80s, early 90s. This one was made in Exeter, New Hampshire instead of, you know, the old West Germans. But still, shooting it today, first time out with it in a couple years since I sold my last one, shoots just as well as I can remember as my old 239 from West Germany did. It's just a fun gun to shoot. I like to carry it. Like Sean said, you know, it hides pretty much anywhere, conceals easily. I can't say enough good things about it. Out of all the Sig Sauers I own, which are quite a bit, this is probably one of my top favorites, if not my favorite Sig Sauer that they've made. The gun is also offered in 357 Sig and 40 caliber. Of course, you know, you have the option for your traditional 3-dot sight or Sig nightlight sights.
That one's got the...
Our model is equipped with the Sig night sights as well.
Right.
They glow real bright. If I remember correctly, they're made by Trijicon. Don't hold me to it. But like I said, I just love the gun.
I like it too. So it's got a thumbs up from the shooterreview.com.
Check it out. Alright, we're going to show you how to quickly field strip your Sig Sauer P239. As with most SIGs, we have our takedown lever right there. So, of course, first thing we'll do, we'll unload the gun. Of course, I've got a loaded magazine here, so we'll go ahead and double check that the gun is clear. Nothing in there, confirm, nothing in there, good to go. So, you go ahead and grab your slide, rack it back, and go ahead and push up on your slide release, locking it in place. And all you'll do, take your takedown lever, push it down, and right there we're going to release the slide release as we're holding on and moving forward. So at that point we have the gun and the receiver and the slide completely separated. Breaking it down, take your spring out, your barrel, and your gun's completely field stripped at that point. Going back together, just a complete opposite. Of course, these non-captured springs are kind of a pain in the butt to get back in, but we got it there. and then back together, all the way back. Again, we're going to put our slide release in the up position, locking it back. Rotate our takedown lever, pushing down on the slide release again, racking it forward. It's locked in place. We'll go ahead and function check a couple times. Staying locked in place. Go ahead and clear one more time. And it's done.